The Dragons were kind of humming and hawing when you guys showed up. But as soon as you said the numbers, everybody took out their checkbook, and it's like nothing else mattered other than sales, hey? Absolutely. How was your experience like being on the Den? Were you scared shitless, or how did that go?
Oh man, I like we mentioned before, I love pitching, and being on Dragon's Den was such a great experience. Something that's interesting about there is that, we were in the den for an hour and a half, and a lot of people think it's just quick and over with, but being grilled with questions for an hour and a half, and it's all for TV.
Yeah.
Our pitch was cut up in a way to make it look like I couldn't do math on the show, which is really funny in some other areas. And so they cut it all together to make it great and viewable for TV. And even the way that they say that they're not on your into your deal is pretty comedic as well too. I remember one of the Dragons, right away to say, "I don't think you're entrepreneur, sir. I'm out," and then we'll just turn to the camera and smile. So a lot of it's staged, really. But it was really cool. It was a really cool experience. Our sales bumped up roughly about um, how much do we do? I think it was something outrageous, 3,600% within a few hours of being on the show. It just skyrocketed
Yeah.
to the point where we were now dropping 5K a day in ads to keep up with it, and it was a phenomenal experience. Definitely a really great marketing tool.
Someone was telling me that it's like $50,000 of PR value of going on the show. Even if you don't actually do a deal, even if you shake hands on the show and you end up not closing the deal when you're looking at the term sheets, would you agree with that? Would you say, like, consider doing things like this with the mentality of getting as many eyeballs as possible?
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't go on the show to raise investment. We went for PR, ended up getting some offers, which made us want the investment, which just turned sour in the back end. I mean, they take advantage. Some take advantage of entrepreneurs, axe the deal, change the terms in the background. But from the marketing standpoint, majority go on there for the PR. And they even asked us that. They said, "Okay, be real with this, guys. Are you here just for the PR side of things, or are you looking for investment?" Right? And I mean, of course, we said investment, and deep down inside, that's really what we wanted. But it's a great marketing aspect.
Yeah, no doubt. So even if you didn't have the 750,000 in Kickstarter sales, would you have still wanted to go on Dragon's Den? I suppose to get on the show, you just need to be classified as interesting, hey? But I think it really helps to get on the show probably if you have some form of traction, just like a serious investor pitch, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we went into those auditions, and they're looking for something innovative, something interesting, something with traction as a storyline. And so we pitched it with a story. I pitched it with a story when I went there and I tried out for it. Waited in line for 6 hours and did that. And again, your pitch matters so much. And I remember talking to the producer when we got on, and she's like, "Okay, this is how we're going to do your pitch." And I said, "I've been doing this for years. I want to do it this way. I want to structure it like this." She's like, "No, not entertaining enough. You need to have props. You need to have this and this." So, in my mind, it was interesting, where I like to put the focus on the presentation and myself, when instead it was on the environment. It was a bit of a flip, which I took a lot from that. And you're like, when you're pitching your pitch deck is a tool. You're the presenter. It should complement you. But everything around of how you involve your audience, how you walk up to them and talk to them, and how you involve your presentation is all a part of the experience. And it matters. It matters to the point where it changes conversions and interest and investment levels based on how you speak, your tone, your stance, your projection, and your visuals.
Do you think that that's kind of like a lesson for startups outside of Dragon's Den as well? Because for me, it seems to make sense. For me, there's a certain amount of showmanship in any type of business, whether you're talking about selling customers or selling investors, right? That's one thing I've noticed, especially as of late, being more active on channels like LinkedIn. If I want people to engage with my content, it's not always just about who has the smartest, most valuable content. People like entertainment.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, we want to talk about content strategy with LinkedIn. It's the same thing for your pitches as well too. How do you show that you're an influencer? An influencer means that someone is not bragging all the time, but shares external industry information, shares something about their culture and themselves, shares something about their business, and also shares milestones that you've accomplished.